Good morning, YouTube. This is the view outside of my living room window. It is so peaceful. Sometimes I just like to come and sit in here and just, kind of reflect on some things and enjoy nature. So as you can see, it is going to turn out to be a beautiful Friday, May 31st. I can't believe this is the very last day of May. We are already into the middle of the year. So I am hopping on this morning to talk to you about week 5. This is Friday, so it is week 5 of my budget. It's budget discussion time. Hi YouTube, I am back again to discuss week 5. I just really cannot get situated. I don't know what angle I am at, and I just need to hopefully make sure that you guys can see me and I am in frame. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I am here to talk about week 5. Now, if you recall the way that I set up my budget, I set up my budget to include all of my expenses, well, the majority of my expenses, and all of my debt into 4 weeks. Therefore, if there is a week 5 or a 5th Friday in the month, I consider that an extra paycheck. Now, with that being said, I do have my household expenses that I do need to take care of every week. Therefore, remember, if you can recall, on my budget, I set aside $194 for about 10 to 12 cash categories that I utilize each week. Therefore, that $194 will have to be set aside for this upcoming week's expenses that I use. Remember, there are things like groceries, auto gas, pet supplies, toiletries, what else do I have? Car maintenance, all those little categories that I pull out cash for. I will have to set aside that $194. Ooh, I am still trying to wake up. It is early, YouTube. All right, so basically that is what I will have to set aside. Now, with that being said, I have the rest of my paycheck for this week to allocate however I want to, which is what I am going to do. Now, I do have, unfortunately, a air conditioner repair that will have to be made, and I am crossing my fingers and hoping that I can cover that repair out of this week's check. That would be so great. I wouldn't have to go into my savings account, although I am prepared for, like I've said before, the bigger items or bigger appliances. If they, may fail in my home, I do have money set aside for that. But it would be gravy if I could just pay for this repair out of this week's pay. And I will not have to ruffle any feathers in any other categories or pulling money out of my savings account. So now I was kind of thinking through, with this being the 5th Friday, normally on those Fridays where I have what I call a free paycheck, I do still have things that I kind of pre-planned for. And one of those things is my children's school clothes. And I know, school just got out, but with the way that the 5th Fridays fall this year, I'm thinking that this 5th Friday will be the last one where I will have monies free before school starts again. But hold on, let me get my calendar real quick. Give me a minute to get Let's see. Let's get my calendar here on my phone. Let's see if we can open it up real quick. But um, basically, what I would have to do is set aside some of that money out of this paycheck to take care of school clothing and school supplies. I try to make sure I take care of all of them. Actually, while I was out of town last week, or for the holiday, I actually started school shopping for my son. So here or there, if I can find, a pair of pants for $10 or whatever the case may be, I go on and pick it up because, for the quality of clothing, he's in high school, he's a teenager. So if I can get some quality gear at a cheap price, I go on and snatch it up. Okay, so let's see. And this is a fifth Friday. Yeah, actually, the next fifth Friday is going to be in August. And it is going to be August 30th, which is my birthday. But by August 30th, school will have started. Yes, I can wait until school starts. They got a few pieces of clothing they can wear during the month of August. And I can wait and get to that fifth Friday at the end of the month and buy their school clothes. But I can't buy their school supplies. Therefore, I am going to set aside monies out of this May 31st paycheck to buy school clothes and school supplies. Now, what I'm hoping is that I can kill two birds with one stone out of this paycheck. I hope I'm able to. I should be able to, because I'm thinking this repair I've kind of narrowed it down to maybe it being the fan motor in my AC. So I'm thinking on the high end it may be $600, low end maybe $300. But whatever the case may be, if I can do the 600, then I can set aside, maybe another $500 or so for the school clothes. I'll be good. So basically, with the way I shop for my children, I'm able to really get for 3 children, because I can really bargain shop. I can get for 3 children, $600 is enough money for me to buy school clothes, school supplies, and school shoes. Yes, I can get it done. And so that's kind of the way I've been doing the math, ever since I've been doing this by myself as a single mom. So I love to try and prepare, for those type of situations. So now, if I'm looking forward to that next free Friday, or that fifth Friday in the month, which is going to be August 30th, what I will probably do with that pay is pay a little bit more toward my debt. And then there's one more Friday, fifth Friday in the month of November, which is November 29th. And normally at the end of the year, what I do with that one is I do Christmas. So therefore, the reason why I'm going forward and kind of explaining this to you is because, if you are set up where you have children, you get paid weekly. You're able to put all of your bills and expenses into 4 weeks instead of 5, then you can pretty much set your budget up and your finances up the way that I'm doing them. And you won't have to try and rely on credit cards to do what you need to do as it relates to birthdays, holidays, children clothing, buying school supplies. You can just kind of pre-plan. I love to pre-plan, and I am one who is not a big spender. I am a heavy saver. I love to save money. I think I know that's the reason why my debt isn't leaving as fast as I wanted to, because my top priority is saving. I just love to save because I like to try and be as prepared as I can for upcoming expenses. And as some of you know, some of you all do have children, you do have to prepare for instances like that, because you can have a lot of unpredictable situations that occur with children. So, with that being said, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up week 5 of how I plan to allocate my money. Now, if there is any monies left over after I set aside the money for the school supplies, take out the monies for the household expenses, and get the AC repair done, then I'm probably going to, I'm still debating if I should just put it in my savings account, or if I should pay a little bit more toward my second mortgage. Remember, that is the debt that I am intensely trying to pay off by the end of the year. Right now, I think that balance is at about $12,000, and it is my goal. No, it's not well, it is a goal, but I will be paying that off one way or the other by the end of the year. And once I pay that off, then I am left with just 2 debts, which are my mortgage and the student loans. So that is pretty much all I have for week 5, YouTube, of my budget. I am going to go and prepare to get ready for the AC guy to come, and just carry on with the rest of my Friday. I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday. And as always, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you're doing as it relates to, how you're budgeting for upcoming events. If you have children, how you're setting aside monies to accommodate for all the upcoming expenses. So this is Dr. Mummy signing off, where we dream big but start small around here. I will talk to you in the next video, YouTube. Peace.